My name is Cherie Copithorne-Barnes. I am the fourth generation here at CL Ranches. My great-grandfather came to this country in 1887. His original role was a translator. They were translators for the Northwest Mounted Police at that time, and in their travels between Calgary and Morley, they fell in love with this area of Jumping Pound because it reminded them so much of Ireland, where they came from, which kind of makes me giggle because they obviously weren't here in the wintertime. So that's really how this ranch was started, and just grew from that point. There were three brothers in total that settled the area, and from there our family and our ranching operations have expanded since then. Right now we're currently with an inventory of over 1,200 head, and through combinations of rentals and deeded land and lease lands, and many of my neighbors are not in the ranching business, but they want to maintain the land holdings, so it gives us the opportunity to operate on them. So we're managing just over 28,000 acres right now. Being a large operation like we are, right next door to 1 million people, there's a lot more scrutiny that goes on here. We find ourselves in a situation where we're having to justify, or in a lot of cases defend our what we're doing, what our operations are. And a lot of time that takes a third-party representation to do it. So the perfect example would be water quality in riparian areas. Like the city of Calgary holds all the water licensing for this area, and they're very concerned with contamination. So when they find E. coli in Cochrane in water samples, the first ones they like to blame is us. But because of the work that we're doing in a combination with fish and cows, or cows and fish, sorry, Alberta, as well as Ducks Unlimited, we're taking constant water sampling. And so we can demonstrate that it's not the cattle that are impacting the creek and the water quality of our Jumping Pound Creek here. But in fact, when they start really honing down on it, they found out it was the septic systems of the communities just outside of Cochrane that were in fact putting that E. coli into the system. Sustainability is what we manage and what we look at every single day. I mean, from the environmental impact, we make our living off the environment. So if we strip some portion of our biodiversity, it's going to affect us one way or another. We're constantly in tune with how the grass management's going, constantly in tune with wildlife around here, because we have massive wildlife populations here as well, and it really affects our day-to-day operations. It's intrinsically things that we do. And so from an economic perspective, obviously, if we're not economically viable, we can't exist. I'm one of those poor people that absolutely loves to ranch. I mean, I could go broke and I'd be happy. It really truly is something that's got to be in your blood, and it's what I do and it's what I love to do.